Once we have them find the news neighborhood, we say, okay, this course is now really starting. And so, separating news from opinion, one of the great, as you all know, misunderstandings in the general public. General public often judges the news media by opinion rather than the news part of the paper. We go and have them look at the difference. Most of these students have never been to the editorial page of a newspaper, by the way. They get opinion. And we show them the blurring of the line.
While irradiation can kill insects, parasites, and some bacteria, it's not clear that the process can kill all viruses. And both safety advocates and the FDA agree there is no substitute for cleanliness on the farm or in the kitchen. Lou?
What is the FDA doing? Louise, I mean, come on. Either irradiation is safe or it's not safe. I mean, what's going on? Is it safe or isn't it?
Well, according to the FDA, there are no health hazards.
I'm not going to listen to the FDA. No one else is either. These are the guys who said BPA was safe. You know, the other day, your report. I mean, these guys are so full of it, they can't get out of their own way. As a matter of fact, there ought to be a...
Okay, so in this world of news and opinion, we talk about how the lines are blurring. We show them the Rick Santelli rant on CNBC. We show them the cable television, which is often a culture of assertion, okay? We explain the economic reason, by the way, that goes on. And we tell them and ask them why it matters that they know the difference between news and opinion. And why it matters when they're going to make a decision that they need to distinguish between those two things to make a good kind of decision. It's not bad to look at opinion, they just got to know it's opinion. And we give them kind of neighborhood markers. And we have them listen to voices. We have them listen to a straight news report, listen to it, and then listen to a commentator. We don't tell them, and we ask them, what's the difference in the language? What do you hear? We want you to get used to hearing and watching and listening. You have to be dynamically attentive to be a smart news consumer. And we give them all of these kinds of things. We go through the labeling in newspapers, we go onto television, we go onto the internet, and we look at all of these kinds of things. Lesson. First time I taught this course, I asked these 40 students, do you think you're getting the truth from the news media? Okay? And a hand shot up right away. Boom. Professor Schneider, what do you mean by truth? Now, this was a philosophy student, and they're troublemakers all the time. And you know, I've been in the newsroom 35 years. Nobody ever asked me that question. That's strange. But nobody ever said to me, are we giving people the truth every day? Nobody ever asked me that. So I decided to invite the head of the philosophy department and one of the eminent scientists on campus to come to class the next week and debate me on the meaning of truth. They gave the philosophical version of truth, what is the scientific definition of truth, and what was my journalistic definition of truth. And lo and behold, one of the things we discovered, to the scientist's horror, I might add, is there's a lot of commonality between journalism and science. And one of the key things is that we both believe in provisional truth. Scientists do not believe in absolute truth. To scientists, truth is a statement of probability proportional to the evidence. Journalism believes that truth changes over time as we get more and more information. We wanted the students to understand that in order to get a full picture, the truth from the news media, so to speak, one of the great lessons for news consumers is that they have to follow stories over time. They get a little bit of truth every day. They get the best obtainable version of the truth on a given day. If the news media is doing their job at its best. They can't jump in and out of the news and get the whole story. So we really impress upon them that kind of notion. And we use the Duke rape case as an example of why you have to follow the news and how that story just turns itself right on its head in the course of 16 months. And we have them go in to the news and we have them follow stories themselves and see what happens over time. So they understand the power of that lesson.